Hi class, this week's podcast is covering Module 3, the Rhetorical Analysis Essay. And so I want to just give you a few suggestions on how to begin work on our third essay. So I am in Blackboard, right? And I'm going to Module 3. I've already done that. And so as in Module 1 and 2, you're going to see the same organization. You'll see a folder with documents, especially that assignment and rubric sheet for the rhetorical analysis essay, and then you'll see the uploads. For this week we have due Friday, exit slip 2, and there's the question. And then you have due Friday as well, quiz 3 on the rhetorical analysis. And so true and false, 10 questions, you know how we do. We also have next week the discussion board 4, and then we'll have a rough draft of the rhetorical analysis essay due on the 30th, and then the following week the final draft of the RAE. All right, so let's go on and get into it. Okay, so here you have the assignment sheet. I'm going to click on that. It should pop open as a download. It depends on your system and your internet. It might take a moment here. All right, here we go. I'll maximize just a little bit. Okay, so the rhetorical analysis essay has 2 papers. The first is the rough draft, and that's going to be due October 30th by 11:59 in Blackboard, and then the final draft November 6th, that Friday, that following Friday. The page requirement for the RAE is 3 to 5 pages, right? And so you are to write a rhetorical analysis of a visual text, such as a commercial, a print advertisement, or a work of art. It can be anything that is visual. So if you want to look at a PSA, a public service announcement, you can do that. Movies are off unless you're going to look at a trailer. It shouldn't be your visual text if you're looking at like multimedia, like a commercial, PSA, something like that. It shouldn't be longer than 5 minutes, okay? So that should kind of give you some type of parameter for looking at, commercials and print media like that. All right, so we are going to look at or analyze the creator or the composer's use of rhetorical strategies, okay? Rhetorical strategies, also known as rhetorical, oh gosh, I just went for a blank. Rhetorical strategies, rhetorical styles, ethos, logos, and pathos. Appeals. That's what I'm trying to say, y'all. Appeals. Okay. And so we know that ethos is ethics, logos is logic, and pathos is emotion or strong feeling. Okay. So I just want to stay right here. There's a persuasion link or chapter, but I'll just cut to the chase. Ethos is ethics. It's kind of like when you look at a brand. If you're looking at like a Little Caesars commercial, we know that Little Caesars has been around forever. When you look at a Nike commercial, Nike has been around forever, but we also know that they target certain audiences, right? And so those audiences, us, those viewers, they want to appeal to our desire for a certain lifestyle, a certain, buy into their brand. So ethos is that. Logos is logic. It's the reasons. It's the why and because, okay? So if you see a bunch of commercials or billboards about the next country and western star, coming to town, they're using logos. Oh, you've got to go and see them. Or it could be, I don't know, anybody that you would want to see. When you're on the highway or on these roads and you see billboards, they are using logos because they want to appeal to your logic. Oh, you've got to go and see them, or this is the reason why. I was out last night shopping at Dollar Tree, and they have Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas items out all at once. They're using logos. Why? Because we're going into the holidays. You get it? So when you see logos, you're looking for logic or reasons. Pathos is emotion. It's the strong appeal that writers or composers or creators are using to persuade us, right? So those are just, that's just a little brief recap of the rhetorical appeals or strategies. So you're going to be looking at how they are using these appeals. First, you're going to look at the rhetorical situation, okay? And remember, the rhetorical situation is the text, author, and audience, right? Also the purpose, the genre, the media that they use, okay? You're going to want to evaluate the effectiveness of the text and image and answer these questions. Who is the audience for the image? What is the purpose of the image? And does the print do most of the talking or the image? Okay? Does the text have deeper implications? Describe these if it does. Make sure to provide several specific examples from the text. So when I say examples, I want you to go back into the commercial, the ad, the art, the work of art, and pull examples. What does that mean, pull examples? Well, if you see that they're using a certain pattern, like, clocks everywhere, you're going to refer to that because that is a choice, okay? And then you want to describe the effects. So when you're doing your rhetorical analysis, you just have to remember that you're not looking at, oh, I like this ad or this commercial, or I don't like it. That's not the purpose of the rhetorical analysis. The purpose is threefold: to examine the rhetorical situation, to describe the effects and the choices that the author, writer, not audience, but the author or the writer or the composer, you get it, is making, okay? And were they successful in their attempts to persuade? All right, so you need two sources. You need the visual text that you're analyzing. That's the primary source, okay? And then you need a secondary source. That's the supporting source that's going to support your analysis, okay? Or the secondary source can be what someone or something else has to say about your visual text, okay? You're going to develop a topic, a thesis, an outline, a rough draft, and a final draft. Okay, and where it says peer review, we're not doing peer review, but what we will do is look at the rough drafts and then get feedback and then take that feedback and use it to revise your final draft. You're going to continue as you did with your first and second essays. You're going to write them following MLA style. You're going to carefully submit them. Proofread, oh gosh, before it's Monday, y'all, before submission. And you're going to upload them by the due dates. Okay? So here are a couple of suggestions here. And of course, here's the rubric that follows. All right? Now, let's go back into the rhetorical analysis essay folder. That's the assignment sheet and rubric. Here is a student model of the rhetorical analysis essay. It's old as dirt, but that's okay. This YouTube video is really important, y'all. I want you to look at it. It's not very long, only 6 minutes, but it just breaks down what is rhetorical analysis. You'll need to view this. I would do that before you do the quiz and really start work on your paper. Here is a commercial. It's old, but I really like it because it shows you all three rhetorical strategies at play, and I want you to look at it too and see if you can pick these out. Here is that link to the ebook, and here's that chapter on persuasion. Now, our final essay is going to be an argumentative essay, and we'll be looking at persuasion, of course, again there. But right now, it's going to help you out with the rhetorical appeals. Here's a step-by-step detailed guide on how to structure and write your rhetorical analysis essay. And then here's possible visual text for you to choose or pick, from if you care to. If you are just clueless and you don't want to, hunt and peck for a visual text to analyze for your paper, you can choose some of these. Some of them are old. It's up to you. You can totally choose your own. All right. So I think that's about it. What I want you all to know is that this is going to be a more in-depth essay. The first and second essays, they were fun and they were really neat. And I'd like to say all of my writing assignments are pretty fun and neat. But this one, guys, don't wait until the last minute. You're going to have to take the time because you're going to have to find that evidence, right? And to support your analysis. So go on and start to look at the videos, do the reading, look at the text, and get started. One more thing before I sign off. I would really strongly encourage you guys class to follow the calendar. We are on schedule with the calendar. So this week, again, we are beginning Module 3, the rhetorical analysis essay. You are to, by the end of the week, finish Exit Slip 2 and Quiz 3, but also start to do some free writing to kind of work on an outline for the essay. Think about the text that you want to choose and select it before the end of the week. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know what to do. Email me or hit me on Remind. Thanks, and have a great week.